Hey, what's up? Welcome back to South 10 Beer Reviews. I'm Tyler. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've got a beer from Pizza Port Brewing out of Carlsbad, California. Before we get into it, just wanted to encourage you to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. So we got an old school staple IPA from Pizza Port. This is Swami's. Really excited to get into this one. This is being has been brewed since 1992 and the brewery itself since 87. So this is an old school West Coast IPA, and I want to start out by saying thank you to Carson for sending this my way. This is kind of a bucket list beer, not because of hype or anything like that, but just because of the classic, the staple that it is, and just it's well known. And I don't know if I've had anything else from Pizza Port, so it's always exciting to get into something that so many people love, and you haven't got to try it yet. Similar to like Pliny or what's another one? There's a ton of the hype stuff out there these days, but Pliny is definitely one of those others. I've actually been fortunate enough to try that twice, I believe. So, anyway, let's go ahead and crack this open, see what's next door. I'm expecting big citrusy, piney goodness. Let's go ahead and get it poured. It's actually pouring a little bit lighter in color than I was expecting. And this beer is about, it's May 26th on the can. Yeah, we're still in August. We're in the second week of August, or starting the second week, so not even 3 months old yet. Anyway, a lot of carbonation though, so I don't know if that's a good sign or not. But anyway, beer, yeah, it looks different than I was expecting. I was kind of expecting it to be more of the amber-looking West Coast IPA, but this is actually very light in color. It's more of a straw color. Well, maybe more gold, but it's definitely leaning straw. It's got I can see there's a haze to it, and it looks darker on camera, of course. But there's a little bit of I can see like almost like proteins that are left in suspension in here, giving it a little bit of haze. So, but it's a beautiful, beautiful looking beer, about 3 fingers worth, fluffy, bright white head. Looks killer. That's so foamy up top. Let's go ahead and shove our nose in it, see if we can smell past this giant head here. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good one. I can already tell. It's got that really like candied citrus type of vibe going on. That's my absolute favorite thing when it comes to West Coast IPAs. Oh, so much candied orange. There's grapefruit. It's even got a little bit of like a hint of like a lemon or something. I'm getting sweet bready malt, but it's not coming across like the sweetness that some West Coast IPAs go off using like caramel malt. This has just more of like a bready sweetness, but it's offering a huge amount of candied type of hop flavor, hop aroma. There's a little bit of pine floating around too, as to be expected. But holy cow, man, that candied citrus is absolutely to die for. I feel like this is going to be a crusher. What was the ABV? I don't even think I mentioned it. 6.8%. So, Signal IPA here. Does it have the IBUs or anything on here? No, there is a little bit of a description on the can, but it's just basically talking about like the environment they want you to drink their beer in and all that. So I'm not going to read it. But anyway, I'm ready to dive in. Swami's, we'll see what you're made of. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Woohoo, yeah. That's West Coast, all right. Big time punch of bitterness right up front. Piney, earthy, dank bitterness, just right in the palate, right in your forefront. As soon as you take your sip, definitely mellows out to more of the candied citrus and grapefruit. There's even a nice hint of pineapple in there that I wasn't picking up on the nose, but it definitely sits like mid palate is all candied citrus, candied hop flavor, and then on the back end, I'm getting a little bit more of the bready sweetness, and then a little bit of that piney, bitter type of thing comes back, and it's sitting on the back of your palate just with a nice sweetness and a nice hint of that piney bitterness. So pretty well balanced as far as the finish goes. But man, it's got some nice, nice hop flavor. I would love to try this like super fresh too. Look at that lacing it's leaving too. Mm. Sometimes it's just, sometimes there's just nothing like a West Coast IPA. Man, I wish I had one of my good friends here to share this with because he's a huge West Coast IPA fan too. Um, this is great. This is a very enjoyable experience. I really, really love the way that the malt and the hops are working together in this one. I don't think this beer would be what it is if that wasn't happening. I think it would be either malty or just a lot of citrus fruit, citrus hops, but with none of that sweetness that the malt provides to it and gives it that candied like thing. So I think this is a very well done, like perfect West Coast IPA. Like if you told me, you know, you can have any West Coast IPA out there and I'll get it for you. Like I'm probably like, I mean, it's going to be close between this and Pliny for me. But, I mean, a Pliny I think is possibly a double, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, this is just a great, great beer. I love that I've got to try it, especially with all the history it has behind it and just how long it's been around. It's a flagship. It's a staple of a beer, and I think it's made a huge imprint in the beer world, especially when it comes to West Coast IPAs. So this is a great, great beer, and I'm thankful to Carson for sending this my way. I know out there this is probably just something that you can find on any shelf anywhere, but out here to a Tennessee boy, this is not you don't see this. So and also just look at this lacing one more time. Ridiculous. I don't know if I've seen that much lacing on a sub 7%er in a long time, but anyway, I think that covers everything as far as how I feel about the beer. So I think next up will be the rating, and this is going to get a solid 4.4 to me. I think this is a great, great West Coast IPA. It might be, I might be grading it higher than some, but I think whenever I'm drinking a beer of this type of magnitude, it's other things come into play, and it's not when you get into these old classics, you kind of think you can't be comparing them to present day, juicy IPAs, hazy IPAs. They're just not the same thing. They weren't meant to be that. This is just its own thing, and that's what I'm grading it for. I think it's a great, near perfect West Coast IPA. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and I would very much love if you would join me for the next review. We'll see you then. Cheers.